I don't think, I'm never ahead of where I'm supposed to be. So if I'm going to be opening for Joey or opening for a Rich Voss or a Bobby Kelly, I'm watching the show after that.
Have you seen Bobby's new special?
Yes.
I just saw bits of it. I was fucking dying of laughter.
Yeah.
That's a 30-year seasoned fucking comic.
Yeah.
People don't mention Bobby Kelly, how dangerous that motherfucker is. I saw a special that was like half-wit recorded on a phone from Comedy Central. And they did it at the Comedy Cellar. Like 4 years ago. I'm in the hotel room one night, like 2 in the morning, and a special comes on. He was a lot bigger then, and he was goofing on fat people and shit. I was fucking rolling.
Yeah.
That's a guy that should be a lot bigger.
Yes.
Than what he is. I'm happy
Not
you
physically,
mentioned his name.
just...
No, he lost some weight.
No, I know he did. He just
great.
talked about it, yeah.
I just saw him yelling.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that's been around. He'll fucking murder you.
I get excited. Like, I get excited, not even for me. I get excited to see what the crowd is going to get. Like, because him and I do a show called Smokes and Jokes. He's a big cigar smoker. So we've been doing cigar night comedy shows together. And I get so excited once I'm off, because he's going to do 20 minutes of not material. He's going to talk about the ceiling, the lamp, make fun of the person in the audience. And it's just... It's so like off the cuff, and I get excited to watch the audience and organic that I'm excited. And I'm learning. Oh, look at all the observations he just made that I maybe didn't, or...
Exactly. It's always great to go see a big-time comic. Whatever. I'll tell you who one of my favorite guys to watch, and you guys are going to fucking laugh at me. I hate corny shit, but he was so corny, he'd kill me, the guy with the puppets. That motherfucker.
Jose, that guy?
No, the guy with the specials on.
The white dude.
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham.
Oh, Jeff Dunham.
Is a dangerous motherfucker on stage. And I don't know how many times, I never had a beef with him. When I'd see him, he'd give me a hug no matter what. I'd always fucking, that was great. And I think he would look at me and go, I don't believe you that you like my puppet act. And I'm like, bro, it's fucking great.
Right.
There's some people, the dude from New York, rest his soul, that was a puppet act, whatever the guy's name was, that was crazy. He used to live down here before he passed away. God rest his soul. The guy that used to take booking calls at a phone booth, the ventriloquist, had a big cock. The dummy had a big cock.
The dummy had the big cock?
The dummy had a cock, and he shaved the piece off so you could put lines of coke in it and snort a line off.
Oh my God, how do I not know?
Come on, man.
We need somebody on the community.
Come on, guy. You don't remember his fucking name? Otto and George.
Oh, that's
Otto and fucking George. When I first got into comedy, when I first started rocking and rolling, like maybe 2000, rocking and rolling, when you're like a good feature act.
Right.
When I was a feature act, like in 2007, I saw him for the first time. Maybe even before that. I saw him. And it was real. He was intense. And he's up there cursing, eating pussy, talking about snorting coke. I mean, this guy was nuts. Word on the street was that he didn't even have a phone. When you had to book him, he gave you a payphone. And you had to call that payphone on a Tuesday behind this house.
That's amazing.
That's crazy. Otto and George was the real fucking deal. But anyway, like Jeff Dunham. Because there was a lot of times I would do the late show behind Jeff. Jeff doesn't do 2 shows. So I'd go to Irvine or Brea, and it would be Jeff.
The act.
And the only thing I ever heard negative about Jeff was I'd get there and the manager would go, listen, Jeff loves you, but he made us cut your video. Because the video that you're coming, because it was always dirty in front of his audience. So he would make them cut that video. Like when you go to a comedy show, they tell you who's coming up. They always have like a little sketch, like 30 minutes of video. Like, I don't have this in the movie theater. Now I need this here. Shh, popcorn is tasty, all that dumb shit. But, no, I liked him a lot. And I learned from him, even from a puppet act. I fucking would sit there and look at their timing. His timing, the puppet's timing. And you're like, fuck, God.
And there's got to be writing behind it, right?
No, he's a real. That motherfucker was making millions.
Duncan with Little Hobo.
Duncan was okay with. He only brought Little Hobo out at the end, and it was the creepiest fucking thing in the world. That little guy.
I'm not into.
I couldn't sleep at the hotel knowing that he was next door to me with that
the puppet.
With the puppet. The scariest goddamn thing in the world. But it's so weird how you have I can't watch specials.
Well.
I can't watch specials.
Because
I
of the
can watch-
time, how long they are, or
Well, the time, but it was so surreal to me going down to the Vinny's one night. And it was the week that Natalie Cuomo was there with somebody's daughter. I can't remember. Sheba.
Okay.
Sheba has a room in mid.
Yes.
Okay.
In the city.
Now, they're not Amy Schumer. They're not Whitney Cummings. But they're getting there. They'll be there someday. Them two were the first time I go, fuck, I forgot how much I enjoyed watching live comedy. I forgot how much I enjoyed watching live comedy because I had a whole system that was tremendous. Listen, I would get stoned as fuck, put a hooded sweatshirt on, with sunglasses. You ever see me with sunglasses on? Never. You?
No.
Never. I'd put sunglasses on, and I'd walk in the back of the comedy store, and I'd just sit there and watch the whole rotation from 9 o'clock up. If a comic got boring, I'd walk out, but I'd make sure I was there for the next one, or I'd stay there and watch how he'd get out of the hole. Because watching people get out of a hole
It's
is
another
always
lesson,
an
yeah.
education.
Right, it's another lesson.
But I would sit there. I would do that maybe Tuesday nights, Wednesday night, not now. When I first got there, until I left in 2007, I would sit there once a week high. And I'd get pissed when people come and bother me. Joey, do you know where I could get some weed? Get the fuck away from me. Because you just broke everything. You just broke that. Like, I would put
Laser
myself in that
focused.
corner chair for a fucking reason. I don't want you to say anything to me. I'm just, and nobody used to bother you then for pictures and nothing. It was just sitting there and watching 10 comics in a row to see how they would rotate. Because they're only, 20, 15-minute sets. So I'd watch 4 or 5 of them. Then go for a walk, then come back, and then go for a walk, and then come back. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. When I'm home, I don't get that. When I put a special on, I don't give you Jesus with the Tribe. I'm not gonna get it as much as I did
when
I went to see that. And I always knew that. This is all the shit that's coming back to me because during the pandemic we forgot a lot about this shit. But I've always enjoyed just watching straight up fucking comedy. I don't want to be in a nice place. It could be bricks. Like, give me the dirtiest clubs in New York. Those are the ones I'll probably end up going to. I love Dangerfields.
Oh, I loved it back in the day and before
and 8 people every night.
Yeah,
10.
12 if you had a good night.
I packed it out one night. I tweeted I had 21. And they were like, Joey, what did you do? We got 21 people. I'm like, fuck yeah. Yeah, I love Dangerfields.
I love Dangerfields. I did my first show with Chaz at Dangerfields when we did
Really?
his comedy event. When we did a charity event there, it had the old school like a mafia restaurant from the 50s feel still. Like the lamps were still like those little lamps were still at the table. Everything was red, and God knows they never put the lights on because you didn't want to know what it looked like. But it had that real
You thought
authentic
Rodney was
feel.
there.
Yeah.
When you watch the specials that they shot from there, and you walk in there, you get it.